by their instructor, of course. Bishop Basson has...
Let me know when you need it.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
I'm alive.
Balancing the equation.
Predicting bloodshed.
Look sharp. It's a fight.
By my neck, this hard area hostiles about.
Near death, not a good look, Commander. It's my target, Commander. Don't tease me.
Ready to take the heat off, Commander. Just stay with.
look! A room dedicated to the insignificance of human existence inside a temple dedicated to mathematically proving its pointlessness.
cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svoboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station security protocols, giving Augustine control over its automechanicals. That's preposterous. In a transparent attempt at sowing discord between us, I haven't the time nor desire to enumerate. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. DeVries, what in the Architect's computational summary are you on about? That hopeless, ineffectual, over-reliant waste of workspace? He wouldn't dare. But I am beyond reproach. No, this is some kind of deception. It has to be. I could not have missed such obvious machinations. My math is correct. My math is always correct. How could I have failed to recognize such gaps in my predictions? I checked and triple-checked. What could I have done? Where did I err? Enough! Please, I've already sent Augustine everything she needs, though I cannot say whether the information will be useful. Obvious. Now I must send word to my allies here at the monastery to stand down. The fool I was, to believe I mattered in the plan's grand scheme. Leave me be. I have no more predictions to offer, now or ever. Leave me be. I have no more predictions to offer, now or ever.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clement. I fear this bodes ill. The last thing any of us want. Use the methods we discussed to take command. I'm much, however, without, though the codes will, yet we must act
We should get ourselves to those peace talks post-haste, Commander. Wouldn't want to miss out on any of the mayhem and carnage.
Agent, over here. It seems the situation here has been resolved, but I don't see Seer Wiley. Were you able to secure his safety? I won't trouble you to provide more details then. Without your intervention, You are welcome to collect the experimental weapon back at... May all your future endeavors proceed in... I will not stand in the way of your pursuit of the malicious actors responsible for engineering this takeover. Go, not to worry, I can manage matters from here.
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11% scathed.
Then increment your bravery.
At least it was a clean dissection. Can any of this really be in service to the universal equation? It's the same thing?
Cause trouble and I will.
I'd offer a personalized order prediction.
This unit
With
is
my
taking
current
inventory
background,
of its
your
medicinal
future would have come and
stockpile.
gone.
Thank you again. It's nice to have a... How can I be of service? I can tend to your injuries. Many thanks. Right as rain.
Can't believe they're all gone. The order was right.
They ignored the
How?
order's 4 warnings
How
and
did
paid
they
the
know?
price.
We've limited time, Commander. Let us...
The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
Should we consider going in with a plan this time? Or is it going to be another improvised free-for-all?
Despite my skepticism regarding these peace negotiations, I favor the idea of interrupting your saboteur's malevolent aims.
Not to mention paying her back for the lives she's already taken.
Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach... Be advised. In the absence of Victor and his explosives, and due to delays incurred while saving the Order hostages, De Vries also has the codes to control the station's security automechanicals, and will assuredly deploy them against you, Commander.
It's a comm station built by the Order in the early days of the colony. As Val said, auto-mechanical security measures are a given, and I'd also expect some level of hazardous disrepair, though the
Additionally, per the Earth Directorate Manual, when lacking equivalent combat forces...
You know where I stand. This war's taken too many good folk from us. I'll be damned if I let...
I'm coming with you. Who better to make De Vries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of our own Phantoms? Good. Would have been a shame if De Vries was the reason for us falling out, too.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station. Confirm.
What
What are we standing around jawing for? There's mayhem and murdering.
Such as?
I'm all for giving folks a chance, but a cultist, Commander? Really? Sure. About as harmless as a fail. Leaving all else aside, the problem is that we don't know this woman, and she's not giving us much cause to trust her. In fact, I say it's just the opposite. All right, Commander. I'll play nice, but only because you asked. Anyway, need something, Commander? Oh, yeah? What's needling you?
The cultist known as Aza has been admitted to the... This unit reminds the commander that anticoagulants are your...
Inez's grafts are unthinkable. Simply to get ahead, and it appears she lives a life of constant self-maintenance. Not that it bothers me. She is an enemy of the Protectorate, after all. We would never have... Certainly. I consider myself...
The hostages went home safe. We'll see if those at the peace talks may all out...
That damn Wiley put us in an impossible situation. With that data, she could wreak more havoc. Look, I know the choice is yours on how you want to approach this, but it's my folk in the crosshairs. If there's space by your side, I hope you'll call on me. Sure, let's go with that. If we fail to stop DeVries, this will have dire consequences for the war and everything else. So let's not fail, huh? Reckon Victor's a shining example of what happens when you fall in with the wrong...
What are we standing around jawing for?
Careful now. Oh, you sure haven't lost any of your boundless energy. Is it me or... Anyway, need something, Commander?
Look, the rift. It's immaculate.
Every moment we linger in this shell of a place.
We should keep moving, Commander.
Look, another ship. Doesn't exactly scream official delegation transport to me.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue to begin our negotiations for peace. With tensions being patched in Golden Ridge, I am certain we can both profit from a merger. But surely the good Vicar Laureate and his fellow shareholders have some thoughts?
Madam Vice President, I and my fellow counselors remind you that this is no merger, but an alliance. By ending the war, we may focus on the true threat to our society, the rifts.
This must be the satellite. Satellite that sent an emergency ping across the system. What led me to you, Commander?
This sort of satellite is new to me. Is it Earth tech? How did it get out here?
Be still, Cadre. It's you, is it not? The one Agent DeVries warned me to expect? Well, see here. If you intend to stop me, you're far too late. Preposterous. Our mission to stop the talks.
We need answers, now. How we extract those answers, I'll leave...
You do no such... And even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths by... that matters not. He lost his grit and turned traitor. But I am steadfast in my resolve. You hear me? Steadfast. I was warned you might try, but it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to... But why would you leave me be? This situation is markedly different. Those at the monastery were not standing in your path. How can you say that without knowing me? And mean it? Fine then. I surrender. They're using the Seer's codes to gain control of the Automex and secure the station. You'll also need this. Her guards have commandeered some frightful... That's my end of the agreement upheld. If you truly intend to stop her, best... Cadre, prepare the ship for
No time to waste. Let's have a look at those plans.
Cadre, prepare the ship for departure. Cadre, prepare the ship for departure. Cadre, prepare the ship for departure.
That's one way to become the center of attention. What is with the anomalous behavior?
That's one way to become the center of attention.
Why can't our work ever be easy?
Just imagine the hustle and bustle of this place in its heyday.
Shane.
Gonna need a way to power this thing.
Shall we say? This is good. If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond his death, he and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state... like wrangling a galloping redworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I've calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you suggested, but his advisor, the Council, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Solely? Your previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be believed. Do not act like the current rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over people. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the matter at hand.
Breeze team must have got to.
Time to earn my commission.
astonishingly logical, in fact.
Charming that I surprised an esteemed man. For toning down your load.
How are you still upright over there?
Your next fiscal quarter?
Yes, you must be quite busy. Product launches and counting bits. But I will be here as long as it takes to ensure the order isn't taken advantage of by duplicitous actors. I'd like to discuss your efforts on Paradise Island. We may have no physical presence there, but we are ever watchful. Our observations suggest that matters have been delicate.
Yes, but things have taken somewhat of a turn. After the Protectorate destroyed their own relay out of madness, we have seen little resistance to our residents.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance free answer for your hold. Worrisome indeed.
Once more to Golden Ridge. I'm grateful we could come to an accord after that unfortunate attack on Outpost Opportunity, but many questions remain.
Of course. Allow me to offer this bit of data then. The true attack was a proctor named Svoboda. My brave colleagues found her out and promptly executed her.
Ah, so the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages... This crime happened under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our quick and accurate analysis of the situation. I do not appreciate insinuations that we allow chaos to run rampant on our watch. Chances are high that any erratic variable is a result of your people's meddling in our affairs.
Ridiculous. Next you'll be claiming we're to blame for all of your past failures. Why, the mere prediction of our arrival years ago sent you into a tizzy. Isn't that right?
my analysis, neither of our parties goodwill with the other to proceed directly to an alliance. A swift end to the war is highly improbable.
You had to run a quaint predictive model to come to that conclusion? Did your numbers give any insight into making this more worth my while?
That any authorized personnel remain aboard the state. Searching my records. Yes. The explanation given by Praise be Access to storage has not been granted. Please exit the vicinity immediately. Error. You are unauthorized. And now... Loitering is not permitted, here or elsewhere on the station. Error. You are...
No time to lollygag, Commander. Whatever's in that repository can wait.
By my estimation, if we formed an alliance, say, within the next month, we would see return... days. The market, the colony, would soon be out of Protectorate Hedge.
How did you arrive at this? Which metrics?
Oh, you see, I'm renowned for my ability to read a room, as
as we call it in my business, where common sense meets observational data, you might say.
Something tells me we ain't alone here.
We'll go no further, Intel. This next shot will miss. What are you doing down there? True. Have you given up?
Combat efficiency by 1.4%.
What are you doing down there?
There's the elevator. Getting close now.
to offer a merger and an alliance, and yet our parties will still be at each other's throats by the end of this.
Is this really what you want?
It'd be foolish to even consider an alliance when you so clearly wish to bend Arcadia. Will. Should the fighting intensify, and it shall, will be due to your pride. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people. Until you acknowledge this, I fear we will never reach an accord.
Foresight pales in comparison to action. We acquired Fairfield from the Protectorate. You recall? This was a decisive victory over a strategic location with promises high returns.
So you think your people should rule? Shall I remind
Law,
you?
there they are. Right out in the open. Best speed this up. We can't have gotten Law before DeVries goes through with the plan.
Are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no further than the abbot, who welcomed refugees to Matriarch's mercy.
Yet, to feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed if he couldn't see his right hand was actively undermining him, even with his data.
Meanwhile, Auntie's Choice has done little to alleviate the refugee crisis it helped create. Indeed, my projections may be accurate. You are more interested in what you can
Damn you.
Dear Vicar, you are not yourself. Perhaps Auntie and your bishop should continue these talks. We'd be happy hosts. Enjoy dazzling guests with a tour of our...
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is... You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. Oh, certainly. And then I'll brew us some tea and we can gossip about the latest pitchball matches. I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. Everything. The Order is on the verge of learning how to control the rifts. They just need the right data, and a prototype modulator that's hidden away in a Protectorate lab on Praetor. But like the Protectorate before them, Auntie's Choice must never have access to that technology. Whoever wins the war will control Arcadia. And once control is seized, it's only a matter of time before attention turns to closing the rifts and learning how to control them. Controlling these rifts leads to absolute power. And under no circumstances can the Order share that with Auntie's Choice. It's as if they'd deny how we got to this point. It was the Seers who came to me back then. They showed me their data, proving that the Protectorate's rift experiments would lead to our galaxy's destruction. I didn't want to believe them. But as more and more of their predictions came to pass, I knew I had to act. I had to destroy Horizon Point and its research to prevent annihilation.
That's... Law! Augustine, you could have told us what you were planning instead of letting us blunder into a trap.
No, I couldn't have. Had I deviated from the plan even the slightest amount, it could have jeopardized everything. I had to avert a far worse disaster. By any means. You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the Seers had predicted that you and your team would perish in the process regardless. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay to ensure the mission's success. And I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. As I said, your actions were part of the prediction and could not be changed. You needed to be there. But what happened there, and the unanswered questions You recall what I said of the rift modulator, of the data? You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine the Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission...
Enough! Just... enough, Augustine. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and...
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us again right now. No, it wasn't just talk, but I never thought she'd turn into this. Fine. I'll follow your lead. Just don't ask me to forgive her, Commander. It ain't in me. That after all she's done.
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will... 2 dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Is that so? Please then, enlighten me on how you might save the Order from itself. The fact that they're even entertaining a partnership with a void-damned... But even if what you say is true, there's no undoing the past. This mission is all I have. So if you won't leave me to carry out my plans, Commander, then all that's left is your bullet. Savannah. I was never a good friend to her, even when she was all I had. Sometimes I thought her of... No, it doesn't matter. You should hate me for what I've done to you, to your crew. You can't possibly wish for me to live. Do you actually? I want nothing more than that, but I just didn't understand there was another path I could take. Not until this moment. I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. No harm will come to the delegates, and I will stand down. But there's more you should know. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and it contains the rift data gathered from every system they monitor. If you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can finally be closed. Everyone will be saved. That's kind. But there's a reason I only ever worked alone, Commander. I'm at my limit. I know you can save us. And this cartridge will at least give you a head start. There's also a high-priority message from the Chief of Ops on there. I was unable to decrypt it, but you certainly have the means to do so on your ship. It may be 3 years old, but hopefully the information it contains is still relevant. Here, it's yours. May the numbers guide you, Commander.
Wait, what in the void is that?
Damn! Ain't ever seen a thing like this! We need to move! Now!
Follow me, quick!
That rift's not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander. Huff and puff it.
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any...
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines. The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergency supersedes any other consideration. I have also detected competing. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype module. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate Rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. The prototype Rift modulator is located within the interstitial reconfiguration center. Reaching the lab may involve violence. A protectorate blockade has been erected between our designated agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at their discretion, even under normal directives. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive and may be open. Coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. The Order of the Ascendant are concerned with the elevation of humanity. While lacking experience in governance, they would be fair partners and open to reasonable solutions. Auntie's Choice has the firepower to more easily succeed in battle and greater experience in management. Whoever you assist will be better positioned to take control of the archive, and by extension, the entire colony. Careful consideration is warranted. There is also one other, less likely option: persuading the two factions to work together. The delegates you helped save may be able to help facilitate this. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the Rift's expansion, but it is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered. You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Command. Injuries detected. How may this unit assist you, Command? This unit is available to answer.
What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you just let her go? What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made? Then why'd you do it? That sort of thinking never would have slowed DeVries on the draw. Mercy's a fine concept, but I'm not convinced everyone deserves it. Just hope we don't come to regret our state hand. I'm gonna need time to muddle through all this, so need some alone time for now.
I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I'm pleased we prevented. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future. But let us focus on the task at hand. Saving Arcadia from the... Certainly. I can...
Saving the delegates from DeVries took considerable effort, dear. Of course you could, but you didn't. They still might have a role to play if we're to close the rifts. May the plan favor...
Never thought you'd manage to save DeVries along with the delegates. They could be good allies when we look for help closing the rifts. Assuming DeVries sticks to her change of heart. Reckon my being present for the dramatic rescue will gain me some clout with Auntie's choice. There's one thing I can't shake, though. That rift exploded at wouldn't happen to be the universe trying to tell us something, would it? I reckon it's saying that all our political machinations will mean nothing in due time. Nature will always defeat us. But by the way, what DeVries said about Auntie and the Rift Tech, don't take it to heart, huh? Auntie ain't an idiot. Much as she loves business, reckon she loves self-preservation even more. I'd agree with you, but I reckon we don't have the time to seek out certainty. Still, think we ought to pay the undisputed claim a visit, see if we can court Auntie's aid. Whether we gain that help from Auntie or not, I won't lose sight of that. Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
What are we standing around jawing for? There's mayhem in...
お風呂しを訴えるような顔。